The city is working to support housing stability, and where money from Denver's disposable bag fee goes could change. Here's what happened this week on The Gavel, your weekly Denver City Council wrap-up. The city is continuing to address homelessness. On Tuesday, the Community Planning and Housing Committee sent to the full council a series of 8 contracts for different types of housing support. The Temporary Rent and Utilities Assistance Program, or TRUA, will get about $15 million. It provides up to 6 months of rental assistance and helps with utility payments. Initial studies have found that TRUA recipients were 83% less likely to experience homelessness. TRUA is also working with Denver Public Schools to help identify more families in need.
63 families were enrolled from January to June that supported nearly 98 DPS students and 70 other children. So lots of kiddos being served with this program. We are now up to 89 families as of November 24th, and we'll be continuing this pilot and research project next year.
The city's property tax rebate program would get about $7 million released if approved by the council. The program gives a partial refund of paid property taxes to qualifying households. You can see if you qualify and apply at denvergov.org/property tax relief. Additional contracts sent to the full council in this batch is $350,000 for foreclosure financial assistance and about $500,000 over 3 years to provide housing resource navigation to East Colfax residents. How money is spent from the disposable bag fee could change. On Wednesday, the Transportation and Infrastructure Committee sent to the full council an amendment to the program that would expand the allowable use. The program was started about 4.5 years ago and charges 10 cents per plastic or paper bag. The city keeps 60% of that fee, and the store keeps 40%. Since then, the city has earned about $7.3 million, and there's been a 50% decrease in disposable bag usage.
We're talking over 50 million plastic bags that have been avoided because of this program. So this has been highly effective, and I want to make sure to be really clear that none of the proposed changes we're bringing forward would do anything to put at risk the continued administration, education, outreach, and support that's resulted in this type of effective program.
Currently, the money goes to running the program, distribution of reusable bags, education, and cleanup events. If passed by the council, new uses could include universal recycling and compost support, waste studies, and other programs that support the city's waste diversion goals. Although this item will move on to the full council, some committee members had concerns on the fund usage. There is a proposal to amend the ordinance when it gets to the full council. Stay tuned for updates. On Wednesday, the Safety Committee heard a briefing on the Gun Violence Awareness and Intervention Network program known as GAIN. GAIN identifies high-risk individuals and notifies them through a mailed letter that continued violence will result in further action. They also let them know that support and services are available. People eligible through this program are found through the police department's records, and they're assigned a score based on the seriousness of their previous offenses. The 1-year pilot program ended in October. Out of the 222 people screened, 51 were selected for the program. From that, 9 people accepted services.
Ultimately, what we are trying to do is find the individuals that are in the most high risk and the most need and connect them to services that are going to change their life. I don't think a conversion rate of 222 to 9 is what we're after, right? And so I think ultimately that is the biggest reason for the program design. We were hoping to connect with more folks, and in its current iteration, didn't feel like we were doing that.
Although the number of shootings has fallen in Denver, the pilot program had no impact on those results, and there isn't enough data to evaluate how well the program works. GAIN is not currently active, but members of the city's safety team will take a look at a program redesign in 2026. You can find links to City Council meetings, schedules, agendas, events, and news at denvergov.org/citycouncil. Denver City Council meets every Monday at 3:30 at the City and County Building Council Chambers, or tune in live on Denver 8 or Zoom. Be sure to follow us on X, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram for Denver news, events, and information.